What up? So I think I found something really cool, but just because of how much absolute fucking has been going on with GameStop and AMC, I would like to protect myself and my money and put a condom on my wallet. Okay? Alright. Perfect. Wrap it, baby. Wrap it. This isn't your typical wedge TA. I'm not here to tell you that triangles equal gains. Nothing like that. What I am here to tell you about, though, is the rule of threes and dicks. So if we go back to our first squeeze, we have the rule of threes as far as wedges go. First wedge, break out, go up. Second wedge, break out, go up. Third wedge, break out, all the way up. Now, if we then look at what happened after the buy button was turned off, because if you just take out the fucking demand for something, you have excess supply, and oh shit, now, yeah, thanks Hedgies, appreciate it. So we have our first wedge, breakout, go up. Second wedge, breakout, go up. And the third wedge, shit just kind of got weird. Kind of strange and smells kind of like bullshit. Okay, we have just recently broken out of the downward channel that was the result of what is very clearly an awareness of this rule of threes. And I know some people call these bullish pennants and whatever. I'm actually a fan of the cock and ball pattern. That's just my thing. But you can see this in the past, right? 1, 2, 3, drop. 1, 2, 3, neat. What I'm getting at here is that this was deliberate. So here's what's happening. We're going to get to the dicks very soon. The key takeaway right here, though, this first cool part, is that we've recently broken out of this downward channel. If you look at this lopsided fucking trend line, if you look here, we were in this descending pattern for, what is that, almost 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks of trading, we've been in this downward pattern, and we've finally broken out of it as of March 25th. So for about a week, we've broken out of this, and for the other week, given this is recorded on April 3rd, we've been fucking trading sideways. This is actually an inverse head and shoulders, alright? It's a very shadily drawn one. Here's the revelation. Here's the revelation. You notice anything interesting here? This green line is the DIX. DIX is a measurement of activity on dark trading pools, dark exchanges. It sounds really scary and spooky and whatever, but basically means that there's a market for people to go to place bulk orders, or just any order that they don't want to have in the public eye, whether that's to prevent prices from becoming turbulent, or they just don't want the hedge fund down the block to hear about what they're doing. This seems to be a leading indicator. We have a spike that occurs here as we're declining. This line is very parallel to what the price action eventually does. Now the scaling's a little wonky, but understand, as activity on the dark exchanges goes up, price action follows suit. Okay. And now we're in this weird phase where it seems that we're going back up.
All the way up!
This, if you were to take this line right here, this whole entire line, and just offset it and delay it by about 4 to 5 days, you would have the exact line of what's happening with our price. Now, it's not as sharpened and detailed as the price movement, but as a whole, it is without a doubt a leading indicator in this case. It is very, very clear. Now that we have some form of a clue as to what's happening, I'm not saying this is 100% certain here. Very, very clear that there's a correlation going on. And considering that this looks to be like an inverse head and shoulders, and then we take our price line right here. What the fuck? If we take our price line, okay, fucker. Okay, whatever. Look at this. Look at this. Where's fucking Keith? Where's Keith? You seeing this? You seeing this? So I think what's going on here is we have a leading indicator, which is represented by dark pool exchange activity. And even without that, we can see that we have broken out of this downward channel, and we're experiencing a reversal. And this is the continuation of our third wedge. Part 2 to this. I came up with this chart back March 22nd, but tiers that I generated, the green, the blue, the red. The green is where we would break out, where we would expect ourselves to have another exponential movement, blue being where sideways trading would happen, and red being where things might fall apart. And sure enough, I had it marked as 200 to 150, and let's look at our price movement. Give me my fucking candles back, please. Look what happened when we broke below 200. Just fucking mayhem. All right. Now, it's no surprise. Really, it's no surprise that this happened. Truly. Fucking what the fuck? Truly. Fucking what the fuck? What the fuck?
What's fucking key?
There is so much blood in the water here that, of course, if you have the ability to reduce the amount of damage that you're gonna incur, you're gonna do it. But sorry, bud, you just delayed it. That's all you did. Let's take a look at Tesla. This is what I think is gonna happen. This is where we're at right here. Okay, so this is kind of the flow. All right, it's about a 7. I can't count. A 9-step plan. Jesus Christ, it needs to be 12 steps because I'm gonna be a fucking alcoholic here soon. So the first part is having expansion every 3 wedges, and then you collapse. It's just too much movement, too much volatility, and then of course the third part is attempting to continue the squeeze because everybody's like, what the fuck? I still want to be a part of this. Another sell-off because people who didn't get out from the first part of the squeeze are now like, oh shit, I can finally take some profit. And then the 5th part is an Elliott wave where you go back up. Our 6th part is a wedge, which is a convergence point of where we ended up on the first squeeze, our peak price at the first squeeze, plus or minus 5%. Okay, now that's just a rough number. You're looking at that area such that as you're converging to that point right here, this blue triangle, it's going to be very, very close to where the peak of the first squeeze was. And after that, you're going to trade sideways. And I think we've seen that before. In fact, we're seeing it right fucking now. And then we have a fake breakout, a double top, a cup and handle, if you want to call it that. And that's the red area. That's the part where shit dips and everybody's scared. The last part is long-term expansion. Now, as you can see, Tesla's movement, significant, don't get me wrong, but nowhere near what GameStop is going to incur. And if you look, where are we? Now, this was generated, I made this chart on March 22nd. This is where we're at. It was just a delay of the third wedge. It's just an inverse head and shoulders. Plain and simple. I'm not guaranteeing this is going to happen, but I'm very confident in the idea that it will. And once we complete this inverse head and shoulders, I think it's just, we're headed to Andromeda. Fucking Keith, I hope you're watching. I love you. It's too fucking early for this. We've already done our reversal. We've already broken down for the second shoulder. And now we're just going up. Stay hodling, stay foolish, whatever Steve Jobs said. Goodbye.